Hey, what's up everyone? So today, doing a little routine maintenance on the truck. I have some fuel filters need to be replaced. I'm at 13,000 miles, so it's time to do that. Just got the oil replaced as well, or changed, excuse me. So I want to show you that real quick and also go over the mileage MPG increase is going to be coming my next video, I promise. This is the last, I guess, upgrade slash routine maintenance I'm doing before I shoot that video. So that is my next video. Thank you guys for being so patient. I'm gonna walk you through this real quick, show you how to do the fuel filter change on a 21, or I'm sorry, newer 5th gen Rams and up, because they did change a couple things. So here, so I got these from Old Diesels. See how this goes. Pretty good. They had all three for like 89 bucks or something like that. Oil filter, fuel filter. So I'm not using this. I had this done at Dodge. It's free whenever you buy the trucks. They give you free oil changes. So so I can kind of give you some things here. So here's this filter here is what goes under the hood, all right, which is that little black cylinder right there. But the one thing they changed on this one is this filter right here. So some of you may have already seen this, but it's pretty interesting. So before, on like the 4th gen, they had like it was a metal canister, almost like it looked like an oil filter that you would screw up, and they got rid of that. Now they have a paper filter. So we're going to get these all changed up, go over a couple things real quick. So whenever you're doing this, so let me see if I can get this to focus. Bear with me, guys. So there is a bleed valve, that yellow cap. So that yellow cap right there, you put a screwdriver on it, right there on the top, undo it, and you see there's a hose that drops down. I have a piece of PVC sitting inside of it, down to a mason jar to catch, you know, whatever flows out so I don't make a mess. So undo that, let that drain out, get you a socket, put it on top of there, undo it, and then you'll be good to go. So I'm gonna get into this. I'll set you guys up on tripod. We'll fast forward to some of this, but I want to show you this, so stay tuned. All right, guys, so we just went over a couple things over there. I'm gonna go over some basic necessities you need to get to do the fuel filter change. Some of this stuff will make it very easy, okay? So one thing is some clear hosing. This came with a pressure washer that I got, and it was the perfect size for the water separator filter. Went up to the nipple, I bled this down to my trash can, drained it perfectly, no mess, okay? Rags, all right? Lots of rags. So I wrapped one rag around the canister under the hood to keep diesel from going everywhere, and I used another rag to go around the canister as I'm undoing it at the water separator, just to keep diesel from going everywhere, okay? Lots of rags. So a container, I just use an old trash can. I use this under the truck at the water separator to put my clear hose into, to drain my fuel into. I just grabbed a little mason jar, because the one underneath the hood is a little bit shorter. You have a lot less clearance on that section. So this is what I use to catch the diesel underneath the hood of my truck. It's how country we are, have mason jars everywhere. So this is a 1/2 inch PVC, about 2 foot. So there's a hose on the filter under the hood, okay? And this just slides right over top of it. So I just put 2 foot, had this hanging down, had my jar underneath it like this, no mess, caught all the fuel, it's perfect. I mean, I don't really feel like smelling like diesel all day, so the rags, these hoses, make everything a lifesaver. So, of course, your fuel filters, here's 1 and 2. Got these from Old Diesel, like I said. We'll see how they do. Price was reasonable, and I've heard a lot of good reviews about them. 1/2 inch drive socket, 1 1/16 socket. This will work for both under the hood and at the water separator. Yeah, that's really about it. So the hose, piece of PVC, lots of rags, containers to catch your diesel, And if you want, wear gloves. I didn't wear gloves. It always helps. And that's about it, guys. Make sure when you're doing this, just be careful. The one underneath the truck, if you have a lift, it makes it easier. If you're on your back like I am, just keep your eyes protected. That's why you'll see me use this. It comes in clutch. So let's get into this install, guys. See you in a minute. Here I am loosening up that yellow cap with my screwdriver to allow the fuel that's in here to bleed out down below. So this is what helps. Whenever you, it's like a 1/2-inch piece of PVC I attached to the hose that's up in the engine bay. So put a little mason jar down here and catch all the diesel that comes out. It's kind of hard to see, but it's up, right up there. So you undo that screw, let this drain out, and after this is done, tighten that screw back down, and then shouldn't be so much mess. So let this drain, and then we'll go back up to the top and undo the socket, or undo the cap. So the socket size for that bad dude down there is going to be 1 1/8 is what seemed to fit on there pretty good. So this is what I was talking about in the beginning. I was using an old t-shirt to wrap around the fuel filter here underneath the hood, because whenever you undo this, even though you do drain out the fuel at the bottom, there is still a lot of fuel left inside of this cap or inside this filter housing. Whenever you get it undone, fuel will go everywhere. So I've learned from experience over time it's just best to go ahead and grab you an old rag, an old t-shirt, wrap it around the filter as best you can, and then get this loosened up, so that way you can get it where you can loosen it up with your hands and take it off the rest of it with your hands. After you get this broken loose with the ratchet, it becomes very easy to remove. But you'll see here in a few that there's a lot of fuel left in here whenever you go to pull the fuel filter out. So as you can see, the fuel is all the way at the top. So now it's time to remove the old gasket. You will be discarding this and throw it away because the new filter does come with a new gasket. As you see, when I pull the filter up, the fuel does go down. Just kind of let it sit there for a little bit, let it drain out, and then just flip it over and pull it out. Now, get the new gasket, which you'll see right there. Use some diesel, lube it up, and then put it over the rim of the fuel filter housing. Grab your new filter, insert it into the fuel filter housing, replace the cap, and that's it. Pretty easy peasy. When you go to tighten this down with your ratchet, it will only go so far, so you don't have to He-Man this thing down. Once you get it nice and tight, try to see if you can get like a little extra quarter turn off of it. If you can't, it's plenty tight enough. So here we are at the back of the truck now doing the fuel separator. I have attached my clear hose, and I have released the bleeder valve to allow fuel to drain out into my trash can catch bin down below. After you get this drained and the fuel stops, get your socket and begin undoing the fuel filter cap. So this here, after you get it so far where you can do the rest by hand, I recommend getting a rag or something to put over top of this fuel filter housing like I'm about to do now, because there is still quite a bit of fuel left inside of this and you don't want any of this falling in your face. So get you an old rag or t-shirt, put it around the entire housing like I'm fixing to do in just a second, and then begin unscrewing it, keeping this rag in place so that way it can catch all of the fuel that decides to fall. This to the run position. And you wait, it says run here. Give it 30 seconds. It'll prime your system. Do it about twice. And then after you do it 2 times, you press the brake. And boom, start it up. And then of course, go check for leaks. Ready, check down here. Finish pan's not catching anything, you'll see the fuel spewing out. Come over here. Check down there. You'll see the diesel going everywhere. That's it. We got it. So as I mentioned, the next video is our MPG test. Thank you all for being so patient. This is the last thing we need to do. We should be ready to go. So I'll see you next time. Thank you guys. Thank all of you for subscribing. It's been really cool. I enjoy talking to you all, and this is a lot of fun. I really enjoy doing stuff like this. So hope this video helps some of you whenever you have to do your diesel fuel filter change. See you next time. Have a good one.